Hey guys, Aramis555 here. Coming to you guys just with an update of the YCS and kind of I know I haven't been following it, but I'm just going to quickly talk about what's going on. So the top 32 standings, apparently there was actually quite a few diverse decks in the top 32, but after top 16, most of those decks actually ended up getting hit out of the standings. There actually are quite a few well-known people in the top 32, so I thought that was really neat. Bo Tang, we all know him topping, he's topped like I think 5 YCSs or something very well known. Chris LeBlanc ended up getting top 32 with Karakuri Georgia, which I thought was awesome. I looked at his build and I thought it was perfect. There was really nothing I would have changed, and I really liked it. In all honesty, I would be playing the deck if I had Gear Gigant, which I've been trying to get for a long time, but I had to kind of just, you know, be happy with pure Karkuris instead, which I think is still a great deck, but it's Karkuri Georgia, it's just, even though you have to rely on armor, it just out-advantages your opponent, and I really like stun decks like that, or more control decks, I guess you could say, grind decks, and that's definitely one of those decks, so congratulations to him for getting top 32. We also have Sean McCabe in there, very well-known player. He used to top of Samurai, or Sabers. I believe he was banned from the game for a long time. So, or two years, I think, something like that. I think might be thinking of the wrong guy. Fraser Smith ended up actually getting top. He's top 16 now with Prophecy, and he's actually focusing his deck around World of Prophecy. And he was X and 1 after day one, so that's really impressive. He only had one loss. He beat really good players such as Billy Break, etc., etc. So that's really, really impressive. That card is busted, like, is stupid. You just go Temperance into that thing, and you add back, like, Secrets and, what's it called, Masters, and it's just so crazy. Dale Bolito's in the top as well, and Sarash Sabarian, two very well-known players as well, lots of tops under their belt. Dale's won 2 YCSs, I believe, or a YCS and a Shonen Jump. Patrick Hoban is also in the top 16, and he is obviously playing Dragons, because that's the only deck he can apparently ever top with, because he always loses on the bubble. So yeah, that's the top. That was the top 32. The top 16 is it's not as diverse as I think a lot of people are expecting it to be. I did watch Mega Capital G's video, and he actually predicted that EVILSWARM was going to win the event. Mega Capital G, you're awesome, dude. I love your videos, but he was completely wrong, and I think he knows he's wrong a lot. But there was not one EVILSWARM in the top 16, and I heard there was actually only one in the top 32, so that's pretty crazy. I'm just going to go through the list here of what there is. So we have one Blackwing, one Infernity. That's it. There's only one of each of those decks. Everything else is actually the top 3 decks that I predicted for this format, which is quite funny, because all 3 of these decks, honestly, in my opinion, barely got hit. Dragon Ruler plants, or just Dragon Ruler. Let's say it's Dragon Rulers. It is. It's E-Dragons. One Dragunity. That's the only one in here as well. There's no other Dragunities. There's also one Fire Fist. So those are the only 4 decks that are like the one-ofs. Everything else is a lot of the same stuff. After Dragunity, there is a E-Dragon, another E-Dragon, another E-Dragon, another E-Dragon, one Spellbook, one Mermail, 2 Mermail, 3 Mermail, another Dragon, and a second Spellbook. So the top 32 is a buttload of dragons, which really doesn't surprise me, because the deck is topping over in the OCG as well. If you go look on Shriek, that's the deck that's winning the most. Because it really didn't lose anything. Like, the babies definitely were the problem. It added a lot of speed and consistency to the deck. But the E-Dragons are still extremely broken. And I think after this format, when the tins sell really well and Konami makes a ton of money off them, which y'all know it's going to happen, I honestly think that the big dragons are probably going to get semi-limited. And if they do semi-limit them, I think that's more like, I feel like splashing 3 of them in, say, like, Lavels, 3 of them in water, it's just too much. Like, why should 3 cards in your deck be some random, like, it almost reminds me of Tengu. It's like, okay, it's basically all the E-Dragons are Tengus for attributes. That's what it is. It's like, okay, I can splash Tengu in any deck, but the E-Dragons, I can splash them in any deck with that specific attribute. And it's just too powerful. It's too consistent. It makes that 7 Swords card just so crazy, because you go +1 off of it. activate it, banish a dragon, draw 2, and then you search out another dragon in your deck. So you're just thinning 3 cards off of 2, which is just insane. And you're just getting your combo pieces a lot faster. And you're also setting up a very broken card that a lot of players forgot about. Return from the Different Dimension. That card is insanely powerful. And Dragon Rulers, or E-Dragons as I like to call them, are now just, plainly abusing that card to the point where it's just, smoking everything out of the water. It's very nice to see, Blackwing's in the top 16. He had a feature match. I can't really say his name properly, but Sahabi Carradine, might be Carradine. Yeah, he ended up beating Dale Bolito in the top 32, I believe. No, sorry, it was round 9. It was round 9, so still in Swiss. He ended up beating Dale Bolito, so that was really impressive. Dale Bolito ended up losing in top 32. But yeah, Blackwings, I mean, that's cool to see the deck there. People are going to be going nuts for it now. I don't think it's as good as people are saying it is. I think it's a very good deck, especially if you draw like open double Whirlwind. If you open 3 Whirlwind, it's game. It's no different than if you open Rabbit Factory. Like, you're just in a really good position to start gaining advantage and get all your pluses. The one problem I do have with Blackwings is that it loses steam, especially if you can grind them out. But I think the reason this guy's doing so well is like his side deck. His side deck is really good. Like, if you read the feature match with Dale Bolito versus him, he just outsided Dale. Like, he just, they both had their side deck cards, but he had a really good side, and he knew what to side in versus what. And Dale was running Dragunities. So that was another. A couple Dragunities have topped this event. I predicted it was going to be one of the best decks this format. It really didn't lose anything except for Avarice and Reborn and Heavy Storm. So, I mean, the deck's still very powerful. But anyways, guys, that's your top 16. Buttload of E-Dragons, couple Mermails, couple Prophecy, and then some random crap. So, my prediction of what's going to win, I actually do think it's going to be Dragon Ruler Planets. I'd be very surprised if a random deck won. Out of the random decks, the only deck I think that could actually I don't think Fire Fist will stand a chance. I think that deck's just too slow. But I think that Infernities, out of all those random decks, is the one deck that has the highest chance of winning. It can just outspeed all those other decks if you get the right hand. But I really do think that Dragon Ruler Planets is going to win, or E-Dragons. I don't think Mermails will win. I think they're a bit too easy to side against. And I think Fraser Smith could actually win the event with Spellbooks, because he's just been going undefeated except for that one loss the whole event. So, I mean, that's a very high chance of him winning the event. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll keep you up to date on the top 8 and stuff and what's going on. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Peace.